Ramona and Her Mother by Beverly Cleary. When will they be here? Asked Ramona Cuby, who was supposed to be dusting the living room but instead was twirling around, trying to make herself dizzy. She was much too excited to dust. In half an hour, cried her mother from the kitchen, where she and Ramona's big sister, Beatrice, were opening and closing the refrigerator and oven doors, bumping into one another, forgetting they had laid the pot holders, finding them and losing the measuring spoons. The Cubys were about to entertain their neighbors at a New Year's Day brunch to celebrate Mr. Cuby's finding a job at the Showright Market after being out of work for several months. Ramona liked the ward brunch, half breakfast and half lunch, and secretly felt the family had cheated because they had eaten real breakfast earlier. They needed the strength to get ready for the party. And Ramona, said Miss Cuby, as she hastily laid out silverware on the dining room table, be nice to Willa Jean, will ya? Try to keep her out of everyone's hair. Ramona, watch what you're doing, said Mr. Cuby. He was laying a fire in the fireplace. You almost knocked over the lamp. Ramona stopped swirling, staggered from dizziness, and made a face. Willa Jean, the messy little sister of her friend, Howie Cape, was sticky, crumby into everything, and always had to have her own way. And behave yourself, said Miss Cuby. Willa Jean is company. Not my company, thought Ramona, who saw quite enough of Willa Jean when she played at Harry's house. If Harry can't come to the brunch because he has a cold, why can't Willa Jean stay home with her grandmother too? Ramona asked. That isn't the way things worked out. Well, the Kemps asked if they could bring Willa Jean. I could, thought Ramona, deciding that since Willa Jean, welcome or not, was coming to the brunch, she had better prepared to defend her possessions. She went to her room, where she swept her best crowns and drawings paper into a drawer and covered them with her pajamas. Her Christmas roller skates and favorite toys, battered stuffed animals that she rarely played with but still loved, went to the corner of the closet. There, she hid them under her bathrobe and shut the door tight. But what could she find to announce Willa Jean? If Willa Jean did not have something to play with, she would run tattling to the grown-ups. Ramona had toys! Ramona laid her stuffed snake on her bed, then doubted if even Willa Jean could love a stuffed snake. What Ramona needed was a present from Willa Jean, a present wrapped and tied with a good hard knot. A present that would take a long time to unwrap. Next to receiving presents, Ramona liked to give presents, and if they gave Willa Jean a present today, she would not only have the fun of giving, but of knowing grown-ups would think, isn't Ramona kind? Isn't she generous to give Willa Jean a present? And so, soon after Christmas too, they would look at Ramona in her new red and green plaid socks, and red turtleneck sweater, and say, Ramona is one of Santa's helpers and regular little Christmas elf. Ramona smiled at herself in the mirror and was pleased. Two of her most important teeth were only halfway in, which made her look like a jack-o'-lantern, but she did not mind. If she had grown-up teeth, the rest of her face would catch up someday. Over the shoulder, she saw reflected in the mirror a half-empty box of Kleenex on the floor beside her bed. Kleenex? That was the answer to a present for Willa Jean. She ran to the kitchen where Bezos was beating